Hi, Neville Martin here with a demo of Gibson's 2015 True Historic Tom Murphy Age 1960 Les Paul. It's a fantastic guitar, sounds amazing, I'll tell you a bit about it now. Once again, Gibson have upgraded their top of the line Les Pauls. These are now called True Historic, which means they've literally gone back to the archives and they've delved into even how the plastics were made and everything. So these are closer and closer to the originals than anything that's gone before. The top is double carved, which means it's carved once and then hand sanded to get the proper original dishing around the edge here. The plastics, as I've said, are as close molecularly to the originals as they can be. They've changed the pickup cover tooling so that these are much more accurate in terms of how the originals were, something we've moaned about for years. The binding is scraped. What they do is they spray the colour on, or the aniline dye which they put on the wood. Then they scrape it back so that it reveals the binding. Then they spray it with the clear coats afterwards, and these are hand sanded for a much thinner lacquer than before. I have a 56 Les Paul Gold Top reissue, and it's got a similar wearing to here, but the lacquer on mine is probably twice as thick as it is here. So this is very, very thin lacquer now, which is great. You also notice here the True Historic switch cover at the back there. There is a normal plastic one in the case, so you can put that on if you want, if you'd rather have that. You should be able to see that this has got some lovely crazing on it. This is aged by Tom Murphy, who, as you probably know, is Gibson's aging guru. There's some great YouTube videos of Tom talking about how he does the aging, so it's easy to do a Google search on that. The binding along the neck here, the edges have been rolled, so it's a much smoother feel. Again, the neck is double carved. It's carved by machine and then hand sanded to be a really accurate finish. The binding, sorry, the headstock veneer is a much thinner veneer now. Again, molecular kind of scrutiny they've gone to for that. The edges of this have been kind of, call it softer edges around the headstock. Everything about it feels, I know we've said this many times before, but you've got to say this looks more accurate than anyone we've ever seen. I would have liked a darker fingerboard rosewood, but that will darken down with a bit of oiling. This hasn't been oiled yet, and I think it would benefit from that, as most new guitars would. It's got the two-tier bell truss rod cover there. Everything about it's pretty fantastic. This is a vintage lemon burst, one of our favourite colours. It really does look nice. The top is a lovely bit of maple. It's not stupid grained. Sometimes they do look a bit ridiculous if they're too grainy, because not that many of them were like that. Everything about it's great, and the important thing, it plays really well. It's a 60, so it's got the thinner neck. If you can see how that neck's a bit thinner, if you look at the headstock, mahogany is no thinner really than the mahogany of the neck itself. Obviously the rosewood board is glued on, but actually that makes it really comfortable, and you can get a little bit higher up the top here for those, you know, A position, you know, first position pentatonic licks. It's never that easy on a Les Paul to get up there, so you've got to concentrate a bit. But this is a very, very cool guitar, and I think you'll agree it looks amazing on the video, and I hope you agree it sounds amazing on the video.